Hey spuddies, Potatomcwhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Now we are playing with a mod. This is the BAT 4.1 mod for Civilization 4. There will be a link to that mod in the description of the video, so don't worry about that. We're gonna play some single player. I still, Civilization 4 was the first Civ game that I played. I had played games like Civilization 4 before. I had played games like Civilization before, and I had, oh my god, I've got a tongue twister sentence. Listen, I'd played 4X games before I played Civilization 4, but Civilization 4 was a really big, awakening for me. I only ever played about 90 hours of this game originally, because when I got the game, I actually ran my laptop that I was using at the time into the ground. I overheated it playing this game. I think I was playing in Spain on a Europe map. Actually, is the Europe map available? I remember there being a Europe map, or maybe it was a world map. I don't remember, but it was a fantastic... Oh, was it Earth? Earth 2, maybe. Let's do this, right? We're going to play on Earth. We're just going to do a standard size map. I'm going to do a temperate climate, maybe? We'll do random. We're going to do it all random, except for Ancient Era. I'm going to do it just a normal speed game. I still have a lot to learn about this game, because I never really got into it back in the day. I played 80 hours and then that was it. My computer broke and then I moved on to playing League of Legends and stuff like that. We have an advanced start here option. I'm not sure. I want to see maybe if there's some of these things, because I know the BAT mod, or the BAT mod, the BAT 4.1 mod, adds a few... adds a few of these options. We've got Raging Barbarians, Unrestricted Leaders, Choose Religions. No technology trading, no technology brokering, permanent alliances, and always war, one city challenge, permanent war or peace, new random seed on reload. I think this prevents RNG manipulation, or this is for RNG manipulation. Require complete kills. No vassal states, no random events, no espionage, rising seas. Ooh, that's interesting. I think we'll just play with a fairly standard game setup here. I did once put about 10 hours into a Caveman to Cosmos game. Now, I have no idea who I'm going to play, so I'm just going to play random. I think that's perfectly fine. We are going to be playing on... so if I don't want to play on deity, because there's no way I survive in a deity game. I can barely beat Prince. We are going to play... so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 difficulties, okay? We're going to play on Prince, because, holy crap, Civilization 4 is so much more difficult than the other Civ games that Prince difficulty is like deity in Civilization 6. And Prince difficulty would probably be like Immortal or Emperor in Civilization 5. I think Civilization 6 is a little bit easier than 5. Alright, we're going to go completely random here. And we're going to find out what we get. Really awesome. I got my new computer. It loads games so goddamn quickly. It is so nice. You guys have no idea how it feels. I used to have to spend 30 seconds to 5 minutes depending on the game loading, and that was just 15 seconds. Boom, we're in, baby. This is the BAT mod. Alright, we're playing as the Persian Empire. So they have some interesting traits. They start with agriculture, so we can build farms. So we are going to want to get a worker pretty early. We can also build camps and train scouts, so it might be worth it to build a scout or two. They have the Unica unit, which is an Immortal, which is a replacement for the Chariot, I believe, and it has plus 50% attack versus Axemen, and the plus 50% attack against archery units. So it's a much better, well-rounded unit. I don't know if we're going to go for early military conquest. I tried that before, and it didn't go well. Right. Everything when it comes to war in this game, I'm just garbage at war in this game. The sun rises over the year 4000 BC. Since time immemorial, the Persian people have lived a nomadic life. After years of wandering, they're ready to settle down and found your first city. James, your people have vested absolute power in you, trusting that you can build a civilization to stand the test of time. We also get the Apothecary, which is a unique replacement for the Grocer, which I believe has... What is the bonus? Is it cheaper? Oh, I think it adds plus 2 health. Very nice. Let's see here. Portions copyrighted by the Bug team. All rights reserved. Hover over your flag to see the exact things put in. So we have financial, which is +1 commerce on plots with 2 commerce, and we are organized, which means our civics are cheaper, and we have double production speed of lighthouse, factory, and courthouse. So we can go a little bit wider, a little bit earlier than most people. Let's see here. So this is our scout. This looks like a pretty reasonable place to settle, actually. We've got some forests. We've got some hills nearby. Plenty of grassland to grow on. I'm going to go bounce up onto this hill. We will lose out on the coastal. If I were to move here, we would get some coastal stuff. We would be naval too. I think I would like my capital to be naval. So I am going to move here. And this brings the cattle into my first ring of influence. So we do lose a turn here, but I think it's overall worth it. I think coastal cities are pretty worthwhile. So we just founded the city of Persepolis. Now, there's sort of two trains of thought here. You can either go worker or scout. I think worker first is really, really good. There is something to be said of going settler first. I'm going to go worker first, and then I'm going to research, not mysticism. Which one allows me to build pastures? I'm going to go animal husbandry, because I want to get this cattle online as soon as possible, because the cattle tile is genuinely an incredible tile. Move the scout over here to find this tribal hut. Up we go. Hey, we got some gold, and it looks like we will have a little bit of room to maybe settle over here and capture this wine. Very nice. I think there, what is it? Control X. How do I set up dot mode? Let me go here. I'm trying to remember how to look it up. Dot map mode. It's in the hotkeys somewhere. Control X, Control C. Shift X. What are the hotkeys? Oh, I've forgotten what it is. Hold on, let me Google this real quick. Dot map. Dot mod dot map. What is the hotkey? The hotkey is... I should have done this before the series. I apologize. Let me move this scout while I wait for that webpage to load. My goodness, Civ Fanatics. Sometimes that website takes a while to load. Alright, I'm happy with that turn. Is it control? No, it's not control X. Control C. Alt X? Alt X. There we go. So Alt X allows you to go into the dot map mode, which is this, where you can place, basically you set a ghost for your cities. And so for example, maybe I will settle here. This looks like a decent place to settle. You capture a lot of this river. And then perhaps I will settle right there. You don't want to have too much overlap with your cities, but I think, yeah, this would be ideal, but this is acceptable. And then I think Control X, Alt X. Alt X is to edit. Control X is to view. Okay. So I did have the correct hotkey. I'll try to remember to cut out all that other shit I did. Let's see. Oh, we found a map. Any more? There is a goody hut over there. I want to kind of scout nearby myself. I don't want to get barbarians too close to me. So my borders have expanded. This means I get a little bit more knowledge. Aha. Okay, so this is important information here. So it's not worth it to settle down here, I don't think. Unless there's some land nearby or something. Alrighty, there we go. We're doing a little bit of scouting. I want to get up on that hill. Ooh, that's an interesting looking mountain. I like the way it's kind of all cracked and interesting looking. Oh my goodness. Hello, game? Alright, so we'll go into next turn. And we will continue to explore. Oh, it's a wolf. Okay, we'll be fine. There is definitely a settlement over here. If I go into my dot mapping mode. Where would I put it? I would ideally put it there, but I kind of want it to be on the river. So how's that? Right there. So I'm kind of... These dots, what I'm doing is I'm just planning out where I'm going to be putting my cities in the future. So if that's what you're wondering what these are, that's what those are. Buddhism has been founded in a faraway land. Got 7 turns until our worker comes out. Ooh, there we go. There's a tribal village. That's what I was hoping for. We can now build a pasture, we can reveal horses, and we leads to riding and horseback riding. Horseback riding? That's not what I meant to say. Alright, let me see here. I don't want the wheel, do I? Let's see the big picture here. Oh, interesting. Research preference order. Interesting. Is this an advisor? That's really interesting. So it wants me to research mining, the wheel, fishing, and horseback riding. Is this some sort of economic developer, maybe? We'll have to figure that out. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up archery, I think, so that we can build a archer. We have our scout moving about. So it looks like we actually have some pretty okay land to ourselves so far. There'll probably be AIs up nearby. Get up into there. Now, I kind of want to ask myself, how many cities do I want to settle? Because that's going to influence... Oh, my goodness. Those are bears and lions. I could turn on the resource buttons here. Oh my god, this is like a whole different thing here. Religion spread? Oh my god. Strategy layer? New line. Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't even know this was in this game. What the hell? Trade groups. This like... What? What is this? Oh my goodness. This is great. I didn't know about this map mode. Oh my god, that's awesome. Alright, next turn. I'm discovering things about the game that I never knew about. I mean, it'd probably be hard to like make good use of those things, but hey, they're there, right? At least they can say that much. They're in the game. I want you to go over here. I want to backfill some of this area over here because it's more likely that I will get some of this land to myself. Alright, we finished the worker. I'll put let's have a look at the city. I want to work this instead. I'll put 2 turns into a barracks until I go and build the archer. So why don't you go here? And somebody just founded Hinduism, okay. Why don't you start on the cow? Make the pasture. And that should take how many turns? About 4 or 5 turns. Oh goodness. We're gonna want to take some defensive skills here. Why don't you take... you're gonna want to move a tile. And then take forest defense, and that should heal you up a little bit. And then move again here to rest. I don't want to get you killed. So here's Persepolis. It'll grow in 10 turns, but now this should speed up. Okay, so we just unlocked archery. So we can go in here. And let's see. So this was... Is there no military advisor? So I just picked up archery, which is going to be useful because we can build the archer now. I'm going to want to go ahead and pick up... I'm not ready to build any mining stuff. Can work water tiles. Can create fishing boat. What would be a good thing for me to get to now? Well, I want to work towards riding. I can get to riding. But I'm trying to figure out... I would like to get pottery, actually. I think that would be a good one. This would be a pretty nice tech to get if I could, because it would be the ability to build cottages and granaries. So why don't you sentry until you're healed, and then we'll end the turn. Alrighty. We got our first worker up, and it looks like he just finished the pasture, which is a great thing. I'd forgotten to switch to get the archer. I'll make that switch now. And aha, we just connected our very first food resource. Very well, carry on. Let us get the corn hooked up as well. And we'll go into next turn. Got Persepolis. And the farm will add +3 food. That's going to be great long term for our city. Okay, it's time for you to head over here. I want to explore in this direction. We found the bears again. Please no bully Yogi. I'm just a humble scout trying to make my way in the world. Let's actually take another quick look at the dot map. So I do want to settle for the clams. I'm thinking that's a nice spot right there. I think settling on that hill, either here or here. I think if I were to settle in here also. I want to be careful about how much overlap we put. Now I would have liked to settle down here, but I'm not sure if it makes sense. Well, there are plenty of tiles to work, they're just not all very good. Maybe we'll put a dot down there. And so this is starting to look like a pretty decent map. I think I'm in Africa. This looks kind of like an Africa-style continent. It's got like the dip, or maybe South America. I'm not sure. Well, I want to turn off the dot map mode now. Okay, so we unlocked pottery, which lets us build roads and immortals, I think? Maybe? I don't think I have the stuff for immortals. I think I need to find horses. I have not found horses, which is unfortunate. And in this game, certain technologies are really, really important. In fact, I'm going to go for mining next because I need to reveal copper fairly soon if I'm going to be able to defend myself in the mid-game. In fact, I'll pretty much go like pottery into copper straight away. No hanging around, no waiting. Aha, we built our archer. Very well, carry on. So I am going to want to build a road here. I'm going to set this archer to be defensive. I'm also, so I would like to get, this barracks is sort of just on the way. Now I would like to get a settler, but what I'm going to wait until I have one more growth, and then I'll do it. I will very quickly make a scout. Yes, I'll very quickly make a scout, and I'll send it over to where I want to settle first. Generally speaking, you're going to want to settle the cities that are really close to you first. So this one and this one are probably good candidates to be settled first because the travel distance is quite low. Aha, okay, so this is interesting here. There is actually room for a city over here somewhere if I go Control X. Like right there? Oh, that's an interesting idea. Now, it would have to work mostly coastal tiles. But it would make a lot of money. It would have really, really poor production, but it would make a lot of money. We'll put a dot down there just for fun. But I don't know if I'll ever settle that. That's a maybe. That's a maybe settle. Okay, so we built the road here. Looks like you want me to build a farm there. And I'll build a road here because I think it's important to get your resources properly linked up. And it's infrastructure for your empire, right? So let's see. Right, so this scout has done a good job. I'll send the scout over here to grab this goodie hut. Having a second scout means I can do a little bit of fog busting, prevent barbarians from spawning where I want to settle my cities. For example, I want to settle over here, so I'm going to send this guy up to stand on this hill where the pigs are. Now, the pigs is a kind of food, or yeah, it's a food resource. So next, I would like to really build this barracks, but it's really just something to sink my production into. I think it's time to get started on our first settler. We'll go ahead and we'll drop the turns into a settler. Now 9 turns on a settler, that's actually really good at 3 pop. I think I'm going to do some... I'll probably do a lot of water mills or windmills or whatever they're called on these hills. Let me go ahead and get the mine. Oh, I can't do mines yet. I will... Where am I settling first? I think I'm settling first over here. So if I get the road started, if I were to stick a road maybe down here and here. So why don't you run over there and get that road set up? Kind of be ahead of ourselves when it comes to setting up our infrastructure. Alright, there's some lions ready to attack our guys. Oh, and there's some bears. Now this guy does have plus forest defense, so he has a pretty good chance of winning this combat. And there we go. And this guy, also the lines are a little bit weaker than average. So he has a decent chance of surviving this. Very nice. You're going to want to sentry until you're healed. Okay, so let's get this road building. We will also sentry you until you're healed. So they're kind of busting the fog out here, making it harder for barbarians to spawn near me. Oh, I thought that was some barbarians. It looks like it's just our good friend Sumeria Gilgamesh. Nice to see you again. I saw you in Civ4 recently. We'll move here and we will also build another road. Can build a cottage, can build leads to riding, metal casting, so on and so forth. Cottage turns into a hamlet. So now we can build some cottages. Where exactly do I want to build those cottages is a question for the ages. So my people are healing up here. Oh, it's like we're going to be fighting another fox. Now he might lose this combat here because he is, yeah, he's a little bit weak. It's unfortunate, but he was a little hurt and there was nothing we could really do about it. So where would you like to improve next? I would like to maybe get a cottage started somewhere. I don't really have any grassland tiles to really build a cottage on though, which is unfortunate. I'll have to do my cottages over here and kind of rely on this city for production. So why don't you instead just, where's my next city going? Up here, so it would make sense to get a road started. Why don't you just run over here and start a road? And then in the 2 turns it'll take, that settler should be finished. I am going to want another scout. I'm going to want to get the scout over here to protect this section of the map from the barbarians. Fog bust over there. There's the wolf. The pernicious wolf that got in my way. We won that without too much trouble. I will again take the woodsman promotion and then sentry this unit. Alright, so my settler is ready. Now the game is suggesting I settle here. Why would it do that? Let me see here. Control X, Alt X. So if I were to settle here, let's say, what if I were to do this, right? What if I were to settle here? It would open up this settlement. It would be a slightly different settle. I would probably have to push this settlement up to here. Oh, but then I would lose the sugar. See, that doesn't really work. I wanted to settle on a hill here. But I would have to push this one up to there. What if I were to settle like this? I wouldn't get this really kind of silly coastal city. That I miss out on this fish. Missing out on that fish hurts a little bit. But I would capture, I think, this city. But then like there's not much overlap in these cities, which I don't really think is too good. I think I liked my settling pattern a little bit better. I think this makes a little bit more sense. I'm not sure why I think that, but I just feel like it's better. Maybe I'm wrong. This city has very few of its own tiles. That's one concern, I guess. So this is where I wanted to settle, right? Yes. So run over there. You may also run over there and get started on a cottage right there, I think is where I'm going to build it. And then, who else? Skip your turn. And there we go, that's it. So I'm going to settle here. Boom. Pasargade. Sounds familiar. You're going to pretty much work on, from minute 1, you're going to get yourself a worker, I think. Well, you could build an archer. Yeah, get to work on an archer, I guess. Keep yourself safe. No. Yeah, get yourself an archer. Yeah, we'll build an archer to keep yourself safe, and then we will. I will put down a cottage here, right there. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think I want to have cottages here because this is going to be how I fund most of my empire. Okay, so we fog busted over here. I'm going to want to fog bust over here again because I'm going to want to be settling over in this direction next. Once Persepolis grows to population 4, I'll build another worker there. So we have mining now. Very nice. Very well, carry on. So now these guys are connected. So they should have a trade route with each other, which is good. A little bit of extra, just barely pays for the things that the cost of the city. Once the city grows again, I'll build another worker. It's working some good tiles right now. Next turn. Every time I hear that chicken noise, it makes me think of The Legend of Zelda. It's the exact same noise. Yes, I'm the one in charge here. I wish I knew how to turn off that advisor thing. Okay, so just stay here and fog bust for a little bit. Okay, so Persepolis grew, and that means I can build another worker. Do I want to build a worker or do I want to get the settler out? I think I want to build a worker. I think I want to make sure I'm developing my land as I'm settling, because if I'm not developing my land, it's not great. So yeah, work that tile, that's good. That'll give me the extra science I need to kind of boost my way through the tech tree. He wants me to build farms. I don't think I agree with that. I think maybe... I think some farms make sense, but I would much rather be making good money on this city. Well, I guess I could do a pair of farms. And that would give the city strong growth. But the city has, like... It doesn't really have many resources. I'll give it a farm. It's not going to have very strong growth. I'll give it a pair of farms just to help it grow. I'll have one of these. And a pair of farms should allow it to work a hill tile, which will be useful for production. And then the rest will be like cottages and stuff. Okay, so the next settlement I want to do is over here. I'm going to want to go in here and get started on a settler. So it's going to take 8 turns rather than 7. Now, do I want to build mines here? I don't think I do. I think I want to build other stuff. I think I will throw down a mine over here, though. Because it'll make this a 4 production tile, which is better than this 3 production tile. And I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to call this an end to this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching my Civilization 4 playthrough. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel. And remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, I want to say I love you all very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.